Hello, Internet. It's update time and actually past update time, but I've been waiting until all of the information has come in, all the things that needed to happen have happened in the last week or so. So, thank you for checking in. Thank you for following along. As always, I really appreciate it. Appreciate it. Um, and I'd like to give you some good news, which is that my CT scans showed that the disease, quote unquote, my cancer, has shrunk, decreased, in some cases disappeared during these last few months, last couple of months as I've gotten my treatment. So, I've kind of been in a state of shock this last week just because I expected that the treatment was going well, but I have to say that when I read the CT results, which came in very quickly on Monday evening, I was surprised at how good they were. I would say that those results were better than I could have expected. And I am just really pleased and really happy. In some cases, the little nodules and small, there was nothing really big there, but there had been an increase over the last 6 or 8 months of the residual cancer in my body. Lungs, liver, peritoneal cavity, in my central abdomen, and I've mentioned there was one that I could actually feel, like in the center of my stomach. But anyway, without exception, every single thing has either significantly decreased in size or disappeared altogether. And so the news could not be better. My oncologist told me last time that this course of treatment, when you put out all the statistics, everybody who does this particular course, which was panitumumab and the capecitabine oral pills. Panitumumab was an injection or infusion, and then the pills. But of all the patients who are on that particular treatment, it averages out to be about 40% successful. So that means 60% unsuccessful, of course. So I was, I was and I am extremely happy and grateful and just sort of in a state of shock, to be honest, because it's been a very good week of news. Those CT scans were on Monday, and I didn't meet with my oncology team until Friday. So, fortunately, I've had a lot of experience looking at CT scan results. They are very technical, and there's a lot of jargon in there that if you've never read a CT scan, you would just go, what the heck is this? But I've had kind of a lot of experience over the last 21 months. So, I could, after reading and rereading the scans, the results, I could tell pretty much that it was good news. So even though I had to wait till Friday to talk to my oncologist and nurse practitioner, the oncology team, get their assessment, I already knew that the news was good. So there you have it. So what we decided yesterday, blood work was also fairly good. There were some things that were just slightly off, but nothing. During my infusion yesterday morning, my last panitumumab infusion, they also gave me a couple of grams of magnesium. So that is one of the side effects of the panitumumab infusions, is that your magnesium level gets low, and mine was borderline low. So they gave me a 2-hour infusion yesterday, which caused my day to be much longer than I was expecting it to be. But, all told, how can I complain? The news was good. My CEA, which I've talked about on these videos so many times, the carcinoembryonic antigen, CEA, which is one of the tumor markers, was 0.4, which is about as low as it can go and the lowest it's ever been for me. My previous low was 0.7, and that was after my liver resection in April of 2023. So anyway, blood work, all good. Meeting with my oncology team, they were very happy and have decided that we will take a little break. We're not sure how long, because what they want to do is they're going to run a PET scan on me sometime next month. I don't have a date yet, but it will be sometime roughly middle of August. The PET scan, maybe I know some of you that are watching this understand a PET scan better than I do, because I've never had one. But apparently it gives us a little more detail. It's going to look at the little bit of residual disease in my body that remains. There's a couple of little spots in my liver. There's some very tiny spots in my lungs that have not moved. They've shrunk or, you know, disappeared, but very, very small traces that are being picked up on the CT scans, and they want to see what the PET scan looks like. So that will determine what we do from here. We may take a break. I may be able to just get away from my chemo for several months, or they may decide to change things up a little bit. And also, there was talk of maybe another ablation. I had lung and liver ablations last September, you may remember. They burned the lung, or sorry, they burned the 2 spots in my liver, and they froze the little spot in my lung. So there's talk of doing some ablations of those 2 remaining little spots in my liver. But again, they don't want to waste time with that if what's left at this time is not concerning. So that is our next step, and that will come in the middle of August. So, you know, it's funny, for the first time, my calendar, I look on my Mayo Clinic portal on my phone or on my laptop, no appointments. It's been a very long time since I've had nothing on the calendar. So I'm thrilled about that and wanted to let you know. So that means maybe I'll be able to salvage the last part of my summer. Again, I haven't been able to get out in the sun very much. Even though it's 70-something degrees, I'm wearing long sleeves to cover my arms, and you can see my hands. I've still got issues. That's left over from the drugs that cause some of these skin issues. But I can't really think of anything else to say right now concerning all that. I just continue to be very grateful and thankful for you guys that check in and follow along. You know, I follow a lot of people on YouTube that are struggling with cancer. There's some people who are in my kind of similar boat. There are some who are way worse off than me. And I've learned so much watching some of these YouTube videos that I hope that what I have to share helps somebody out there as well, because all of our journeys are different. You know, there's not one flavor of this. Even with colon cancer, even with stage 4 colon cancer, there's people out there who are having a completely different experience than I have had. Some people better off, a lot of people worse off. So what I want to do is continue to document my trek, as I like to call it, just for posterity. Part of it is just so family and friends, you guys can follow along, but there are a few other people who stumble across this and can at least get a bit of perspective to help them process what's happening to them or to a loved one who is also going through this. Lastly, I will say that I can't remember if I mentioned this. I am scheduled to go to a retreat. There's a group called Man Up to Cancer. It's a men's cancer group that was started several years ago. And they have a gathering once a year. This year it's going to be in Pennsylvania. And I'm going to be going there next month. Or not, sorry, not next month. It's going to be in September, right after Labor Day. And I'm looking forward to that, meeting up with, I think it's going to be around 100 guys who've got different forms of cancer. Time for a group of guys to get together and talk about what they're going through, share their experiences, encourage each other. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll end it here for now. Thank you again. Your prayers are just beyond valuable to me. And I'm sending my love your way. I know a lot of you are also going through a lot of difficult stuff in your own lives. And I'm praying for you as well. So love to you all. More later. Bye-bye.